Hello and welcome to this sacral yoga practice. My name is Brenda with Sea Bright Spirit. I'm delighted to be able to share this practice with you today because I find the sacral energy is such a beautiful energy to embody. In the previous practice, we really set that foundation for the root. And with that container of support in the root chakra, we can open up into the energy of the sacral chakra. And just as a premise, stepping into this practice today, remembering that the sacral chakra is really about energy that is flowing. It's about flexibility, but not always in a physical sense, also like being adaptable to change, okay? And in this practice today, I want to invite you to be a little chaotic at times, maybe a little bit spontaneous, even as you follow your own flow, as you connect to your body and your sacral energy, okay? So there'll be just a couple things to kind of feel a little bit into that support of the root. And then as we move into the practice, we'll tune a little bit more into that whole sacral energy. So, you know, the sacrum, right? The lower belly, as we tune into this part of our body and this aspect of our lives, okay? So we'll start by coming down onto our backs, okay? And just make sure that you have anything that supports you as you move through the practice. Honor your body. Blocks, pillows, blankets, anything you might need for knees or anything like that, okay? So just make your way down onto your back and just let the legs maybe stretch out a little bit. Feel the hips and the sacrum just settle into the floor. Maybe give them a little wiggle as you just relax into the floor. Let your shoulders relax, let your head relax. And I'm going to invite you to just place your hands on your lower abdomen here. And close your eyes, relax your feet. Just take a couple moments to connect with our body and connect with our breath. So noticing how your breath is moving through your body today. Noticing the rhythm, the sensation. Where you feel the breath expand and then soften. Maybe even feeling the breath or the energy, the movement of the inhale down in your fingertips on your lower belly. And without forcing the breath, you might even have an invitation to the breath to draw down and deep into your body. Beginning to nourish and activate this sacral energy. As you feel your sacrum settle even more into the floor with each exhale. As you tune into yourself, notice how you're feeling today. Notice if there's anything presenting itself in your mind or emotionally in your body. Just be a witness to how you are, without pushing things away, but really coming into what you need within yourself today. How can this time really support and nourish you? If there's anything you're dealing with emotionally, just hold some space for that. And then as you're ready, let's bring the feet flat on the floor. Feel your lower back ground a little bit more against the floor, sacrum still resting. If you have a block or a pillow, just place that between your thighs. And so we're just going to create a little bit of stability here through the pelvic floor, through the lower abdomen and the lower back, just to set this container for our sacral practice today. So hands resting still on the lower belly. As you inhale, just feel the breath draw down into those fingertips, really relaxed through the lower half of the body. And then as you exhale, just a gentle engagement through the pelvic floor, the inner thighs, the lower abdomen, and maybe even the glutes. So it's just a very gentle activation. Inhale, relax. Exhale, just gently engaging, like you're just picking up a flower petal or really just a very soft activation through the pelvis as you wake up a little bit of those energies in the pelvis for support here today. And you might notice your body, your pelvis just rocks ever so slightly as you engage on the exhales and you relax on the inhales. Noticing how and where you feel activation in your lower body, your pelvic floor, your glutes, your belly. Maybe even noticing places that perhaps don't feel like they activate quite as easily. And that's okay, just notice, something you can work with. Let's do one more exhale, activating here. And then inhale, relax. Set the block to the side. Take your feet wide on your mat so you feel the edges of your feet, and just let the knees roll gently side to side. They don't have to roll really far. We just want to feel a very gentle movement across the sacrum, down the legs, as we just release a little bit now into some fluidity and some gentle movement in the body. See if you can guide the movement with your breath, perhaps exhaling to the side, inhaling across. Letting that movement be really gentle, helpful in your body. One more on each side. Make sure you kind of feel equal between both sides. And then bring yourself back up to center. Bring your feet together, your knees into your chest, and just give yourself a little hug. Now rock a little bit higher up along the lower back, the top of the sacrum, the top of the pelvis. Maybe a little bit into the lower back. Do feel little circles. Still aware of your breath, feeling that gentle diaphragmatic flow. From here, we're going to draw the right knee into the chest and stretch the left leg out. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, switch legs. Exhale, reach it out. Inhale. Exhale. Moving with the breath. Inhale in, stretch that leg out as you exhale. Full breath in and out. Opening up into the pelvis, the back of the hips. Let's do a few more here, just letting the breath guide you. Full breath in and out. Noticing how your body feels, the pelvis, down the legs. One more on each side. Finishing off with the left leg, making your way there in your own time. And noticing how that feels. Stretch both legs out, stretch the arms overhead. Let's do a little body stretch and just circle the wrists as the arms reach overhead here. Circle the wrists both ways. And then just relax a little bit through the elbows, let the shoulders open, and maybe just circle the feet, take the feet wide apart from each other so the toes aren't knocking, or maybe rotate the feet at the same time, the same direction. Just opening up those ankles a bit, feeling a little bit of motion and fluidity in the joints. Another big stretch, lengthening through your body. Bring your feet flat, roll over onto your side, and let's come up onto all fours. Good. So grounding your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. We're going to do just some gentle circles around. It's just circling the body around, leaning a little bit with the hips, leaning up over top of the hands, just moving a little bit sporadically as you open up your back, your hip joints, your sides of your body, feeling into the shoulders and connecting to your breath as you move here. Close your eyes and feel deep into your body. Moving all directions. Maybe you circle, maybe you do little figure eights with your hips. Just play with it. Couple more breaths. And then sinking your hips back towards your heels, draw the toes together, knees apart, let your belly drop between your thighs, and just reach the arms forward, elbows on the floor. Bring your thumb and your index finger together, creating a little diamond with your hands, and just let your forehead rest on the floor. Breathe into the belly, feel the back expand, and as if you're breathing all the way down to the pelvic floor here, into the sacrum, into the belly. Take a few resting breaths. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Physically, emotionally? Is there anything stirring in your mind or in your body? Be a witness, be gentle, be kind. Connect with your breath. One last deep inhale, long exhale. And from here, walk your hands back towards your knees. Bring your knees together. Curl your toes under. Just lean gently into the feet. You can move forward and back a few times as you just kind of open up the bottoms of the feet. The feet are really important as a physical representation of our own agility and flexibility. So when we need to be quick on our feet, right? Think about how you need to be able to move at a dime, okay? So creating a little bit of openness in the feet here, a little bit of gratitude for all our feet do for us day to day. And then from here, take your hands back a little bit farther, curl into a little crouch if that feels all right for you. Breathe into the back and just let your body just round gently over top of your legs. Again, breathing deep down into the back, into the sacrum as much as it feels accessible for you. And then taking your hands even closer to your feet. Keep your belly against your thighs and lift your hips up into the air and come into a forward fold. Release the crown forward. Feel the spine release. So we're folding forward from the hip crease. Tailbones lifting, grounding through your feet. Feeling that support, right? Whenever we want to feel into the sacral to support ourselves, we want to feel that connection to the earth as well. So your hands, your feet, whatever is connected to the floor, feel that stability. And then from here, sink the hips back, rise up all the way to standing, reaching the hands to the sky, lengthening here. Exhale, bring the arms down, stand in mountain pose. And then just take the feet a little bit wider. Bring your hands to your hips. And let's just do big hip circles. Keep your knees bent. Just a nice gentle movement. Just opening up a little bit more deeply into the pelvis, into the hips. As we stir up this sacral energy. Move both directions. Notice if one direction feels, better than the other. Maybe one side feels a little bit awkward. Just be aware of these sensations. Be mindful of your experience. And then just give the hips a little shake, shake the body out. A little bit of sporadic letting go here. All right. So then bring yourself towards the short end of your mat. You're gonna step your right foot forward, step your left foot back. And I want you to feel like you're standing on two ski tracks. So again, we need to create this awareness of stability to be able to find fluidity through the sacral. So grounding through both feet, feeling that stability, okay? Let's take the arms back, inhale. As you exhale, lean a little bit forward and just reach up a bit through the arms. Inhale, come back. Exhale, reaching a little bit forward. Keep the knee just a little bit soft. Ground through that back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Forward. Let's do a couple more with the breath. Really Feeling into the back of that right hip. Good. Last time here. Exhale forward. So a little bit of fluid motion. Let's just pause though. Extend. If it's too much to hold the arms over in ahead, just bring them around into your back. Fold a little bit over that leg. Or you might even just, take your hands down to blocks or to the floor, or even rest them on the top of your thigh if you need a little bit of added support. But just make sure you have a little bit of a bend in your knee. Ground through that front foot, ground through that back foot. Big breath into the back of the hip. You might notice there's a little bit more space. Maybe your upper body's folding a little bit more over that leg. Again, the arms can still be forward, or you can just take them down to blocks or the floor. From here, bend the knee, rise up, reach the arms up, lengthen through the body, open yourself up into warrior two. So now you want to find more of a balance beam for your feet. Okay, front foot in alignment with that back foot. Left toes turn in just a little bit. Okay, now inhale, bring the arms in. As you exhale, look down at your right knee and lengthen that knee out over top of your toes. Inhale, come in. Exhale, we're opening up that inner thigh. Good. Move with your breath. Gazing out over the right toes, the knee, toes, the fingertips. One more time with the breath. Now come down, pause, hold. Feel that stability and strength through the legs. Draw the low belly in for support here. Right, now we're going to find a gentle movement with the breath, moving in through reverse warrior. Inhale, lifting up through that right side. Exhale, bring the hand or the forearm to your thigh and lengthen into a side angle. Inhale, bring the right arm up, lengthening through that right side. Feeling that stability through the legs. They're staying right where they are. The upper body is just moving in a gentle sway. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, over. And one more with the breath. Inhale up. Strong through that right leg. Exhale, come over. Let's just pause here. Lengthen through that left side, through the hip, through the shoulder. It's okay if the arm's up a little bit higher or bent. Nice deep breath there. Feel into the inner thigh, that opening through the pelvis. Now inhale, press into that right leg, come all the way up. Good. Now let's bring the other side here, okay? So we're gonna just turn on the mat. Now we wanna find, again, those ski tracks. We wanna feel like we're standing on, sorry as I get myself rebalanced here. Get ourselves standing on two ski tracks, okay? Rounding through both feet. Inhale, take the arms back. Exhale, we're just folding a little bit from the pelvis. Keep the knee a little bit soft. Inhale, up. Exhale, leaning a little bit forward. Okay, if it's hard here for the arms, you can also come into a little bit of like goalpost arms. Here where you keep your elbows a little bit bent. Sometimes when we add a lot of weight, reaching forward, it can be really hard on the back. So choose what works for you. Really nurture your body here, okay? So we're creating movement and fluidity within the stability of our body, okay? A couple more with the breath. And then coming down, holding, okay? Maybe the arms stay forward, maybe they come into the low back and we just fold from there. Maybe the hands come to the thigh without too much pressure, just supporting the upper body and slowly, gently folding a little bit over that left leg. Keep grounding through that right foot behind you. Back of the neck is nice and long. Notice if you're keeping your head up. I noticed I was, so just letting the head be a natural extension of your spine, looking straight down at the floor. A couple more breaths. Opening up the back of the hip. On an inhale, bend the knee, rise up, bring the arms up, okay? Opening into warrior two, the other side, creating a little bit more distance between the legs. Standing on a balance beam. Inhale, arms in. Exhale, bend that knee straight towards the toes. Make sure that the knee is a little bit over the ankle, not going past. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Looking into that left side, making little adjustments to your feet so you feel stable. Moving with the breath. One more time. Now really rounding through the feet. Feel the inner thighs open, but where the hips are turned just a little bit to the side. They're not parallel with your mat, okay? We're grounded here. We're stable. Arms come up. Gazing over the left fingertips, connecting with your breath. Good. Now we're going to move the upper body. Keep the lower body nice and stable here as you can. Turn the left palm up. Inhale. Reverse warrior, opening up that left side. Exhale, hand or forearm to the thigh, side angle. Moving on an inhale, lifting that left arm up. And exhale, over into side angle. And keep moving with your breath, your pace. Find your rhythm, right? So important in the sacral chakra to find our own rhythm. It's different than other people's sometimes. It doesn't have to be the same. It can be your own, okay? Last one with the breath, and then we'll hold. Inhale up. Exhale, come over into side angle. Round through that right side. Extend through that, the fingertips, and really feel into that strength and stability through your left inner thigh here. And the outer thigh as well, the back of the thigh. Then inhale, come all the way up. Good. All right, let's come into a balance here on the left side with the half moon. We're going to bring our weight up over top of our left foot. Now, it might be helpful to have a block, okay? Or the table or something that you can hold on to if needed. Okay, you're just going to bring your weight over top of your left foot. Right arm, reach it up behind you. And you might just lift up your right foot up off the floor and just stand there as a balance. And that's completely fine. Okay, meet yourself where you're at. If it feels all right, lift that back leg up. Okay, holding here. Connect with the breath. Use the block if you need to. Okay, support yourself with that block. Turn the toes out to the side. Half moon balance. Balance again. Another important part that comes from the root, right? But then being open through that half moon. All right, let's do the other side. So turn over to the other side of the mat. Again, grab a block to support you there if needed. You're going to bring your weight over top of your right foot. Okay, take that left arm up into the air. A little bit of a bend in the standing leg, looking straight down at the block. Turn the left toes open and just find your balance. Doesn't have to be big. Maybe that leg will lift up. You want to feel like you're kind of rooting through the floor and then opening up the side body. Use the block for support if needed. Make sure you're breathing. Whenever it feels complete for you, just bring yourself down. Come back to standing. Beautiful. Now keep the feet nice and wide here, okay? We're gonna come into goddess pose. So feet are kind of pointing in 45-degree angles towards the corners of your mat. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, and just have a look down and make sure that your knees and your feet, your thighs and your feet are kind of heading in the same direction. Don't have the feet turned in or out, right? Maybe move a little bit of side to side, feeling into that inner thighs, the glutes, drawing the tailbone down towards the floor a bit, the lower belly in. Then let's move with the breath a couple times. Inhale, come up. Exhale, goddess pose with the breath. Inhale up, exhale coming down. Good, couple more. Nice and fluid, but stable, opening. Inhale up, exhale come down, and just pause and hold here. I like to just sway my hips a little bit in my goddess pose. You know, connect with that fluidity, that joy, that femininity. Relax the shoulders. So there's strength and stability here, but there can be ease and comfort too. Access them both. Good. Whenever it feels right for you, inhale, press back up. Good. Bring the arms down. Heel toe the feet together. Come up to mountain pose and just pause for a moment. Close your eyes. Feel your body. Really notice the energy around your pelvis. Maybe let go of a sigh. Bend the knees a little bit. Feel a little shake through the body, a little release and let go. All right. Now turn towards the short end of your mat. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart center. Pause here. Bend your knees and then let the arms float down. Just gonna ragdoll down here a little bit, but very gently. We really want to bend the knees. Let the hands come to the thighs. Just slowly roll the upper body down. Rounding through the feet, being very gentle with the low back. Releasing the upper body forward into that forward fold. Let the head release. Feel that feet grounding. You know, maybe holding on to your feet or the backs of your legs. Or just letting the hands drape at the floor. Just a little surrender, a little let go. I think that's part of that sacral energy too, of just softening, surrendering, being adaptable to whatever's happening. Going with the flow, you could say. And then bringing your hands down to the floor, walk your feet back, come into a little downward dog, pedal out the feet, and into the backs of your legs, round to the hands, feel the sacrum, the tailbone stay up high in the sky here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring your knees to the floor. Slowly bring your upper body all the way down to the floor. Leave your hands beside your chest, tops of the feet grounding with the floor. Feel into the front of the pelvis, the pubic bone, the lower belly, and then the abdomen. And then just as you inhale, a little back bend of baby cobra, squeezing the glutes, activating a bit through the tail of the cobra. Exhale, come down. Just move with your breath here, maybe 3 or 4 times. That stability coming straight out through the pelvis, up through the spine. Good. And then as you're ready, just relax. Bring the forearms forward here. Crocodile pose, let the feet separate. Rock the knees a little, or the hips a little bit side to side. Just release through the pelvis, let the head rest. Take a moment to check in with yourself. How are you feeling emotionally? What thoughts might be present in your mind? How's your breath? Noticing your own rhythm, whenever it feels right for you, roll over onto your back, and we'll just pause there, feeling the back grounding against the floor. Keep the feet flat, feel the whole lower back down to the sacrum. Just release into the floor. Keep the feet wide and just let the knees fall together, and we'll just pause there as you make your way there. We'll just pause there as you make your way there. Feel into the breath, the lower belly, connecting. Noticing any shifts, any changes in your experience. And then from here, just let the arms come a little bit wider from your body. Bring your feet together, lift up your hips, shift them to one side, and then just let the knees roll over the other. Let's just gently twist through the navel center down through the pelvis. Keeping your attention inward, down into the sides of your hip, the lower back. Relaxing through the legs as you breathe. Surrendering here into a little bit of quiet. One more breath, deep and full. Long exhale out. And then slowly inhale, bring your knees back up to center. Realign your hips with your shoulders. Feel your spine lengthen out. We're going to do the other side. So shift your hips to the left side of your mat. Roll your knees over to the right. And a gentle twist through your body here. If you need anything to support between the knees or underneath the knees, just gather anything to support you. Pillows, blankets, blocks. And just allow your body to surrender into that gentle stillness. Your mind surrendering into your breath, into your body. One more deep, long breath. And on an inhale, slowly bring your knees back up to center. Realign your hips with your shoulders. Feel your spine lengthen out along the floor. And draw your knees into your chest. Take your hands to the tops of your thighs and just separate the inner thighs. Draw the knees outward towards your armpits. Rock a little bit side to side here on your lower back. Feel your belly press between your thighs. And then if you want, you can take this a little bit deeper. You can stay right here if that feels good for you, or you can grab onto the backs of the legs, take the feet up into the air. You can grab onto your ankles and hold there, or you can reach for the feet as long as you don't feel like you're kind of losing your own stability by reaching for the feet. Okay, and then just again, maybe rocking a little bit side to side, eyes are closed. We're just feeling into a little gentle rock in the body. Connecting with your breath. Nurturing. A little bit of playful, a little bit of joy. You know, so much of our passion lives within our sacral center as well. Passion for life. A couple breaths here. Feeling the breath expand all the way down through the belly, into the back of the sacrum. Perhaps even the pelvic floor here as we soften a bit through the root. Whenever it feels right for you, bring your feet together. Just feel the knees separate. Take the feet down to the floor. If you want, gather something to put underneath your knees for Shavasana, maybe a pillow or a bolster, just to really support the lower back here. Okay, just finding a nurturing posture. You can rest your hands on the sacrum, on your belly if you want, or you can separate the arms from the body. Notice what feels good for you today. How do you want to care for yourself? And as you find a gentle relaxation here, take in a deep breath, release a little sigh as you let the effort of the practice fade. A few times if needed. Scan your body for any holding, just soften, release, let go. Feel into your body breathing, just natural and smooth. Feel your toes relax and your feet, your ankles. Feel your lower legs relax, your knees, your thighs. Feeling the hips relax, sacrum grounding against the floor, supported and held. And draw your attention down into your lower belly. Feel that gentle movement of the belly as your body breathes. Pausing here for a moment to just tune in. Each breath nurturing your sacral center. Settling even more into relaxation. And drawing your attention into the upper abdomen, back. Letting the body release and soften. Back of the heart, heart space, the shoulders, all relaxing. Out through the arms, the elbows, the wrists, your fingers. Everything just settled and comfortable. Relaxing your head, the back of your head, your face. From the crown of your head all the way down to your feet, there's this wave of relaxation. Nice deep sigh, letting go. And just take a moment to pause, to notice your experience, how you're feeling, physically, emotionally, energetically. Noticing any thoughts that might be stirring in your mind, letting go of what doesn't serve you in this moment. And as you rest here, there'll be a gentle, natural opening at some point without rushing yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to just follow that gentle, natural opening back into movement whenever it finds you. Of course, you can rest here as long as you like, as you nurture and support yourself. Maybe that natural opening starts in the breath, It starts in the fingers or the toes. Maybe you want to stretch your body. Maybe curl your knees inward. Notice what feels good for you today. Rock a little bit across the lower back if you like. And roll over to one side. Support your head as you come onto your side. Giving yourself a moment to reflect and receive how you're feeling from this practice. Perhaps a little supported, a little playful, a little joyful, relaxed. And then when it feels right for you, when you're ready, lift yourself up. Find a seated posture for a moment. Or if you're still resting in Shavasana, that's fine too. But just closing your eyes, tuning into your body, into your sacral center. Noticing how you're feeling. And acknowledging anything that might have stirred up in your practice today. Being gentle with yourself, with whatever you're experiencing. Whether it was ease or any sadness or pain or struggle that might have showed up. Sometimes our practice will invite these things to be seen, to be felt, to be acknowledged. So however you are in this moment, bring your hands into your heart. Take a moment of gratitude for taking this time for you today. Cultivating your well-being, cultivating your ability to adapt, to change, to smile, to find joy, and to be passionate about life. Passionate about your practice, passionate about yourself. Notice if there's anything else that you're grateful for in this moment. And rub your palms together and feel a little heat build within your palms. Place your palms over your eyes. And just take a moment to open your eyes into your palms. Bridging your inner world with your outer world. Washing your face, bring your hands into your heart. Thanking mind, body, and spirit for this practice today, and I thank you for sharing yours. Namaste. Wonderful. If you feel like sharing how you felt from that practice today, please send me an email, brenda@seabrightspirit.ca. You can share in the comments. You can also reach out if you have any questions. Always here to support you any way that I can. And please do this practice as often as it serves you. And I hope you find your way back to your mat very soon. Have a delightful day. Thank you for being here. Namaste.